wanted to share with you one of the techniques that I use all the time behind the chair to create that kind of balayage trend that we're seeing all over social media. But first, I wanted to say thank you so much for all your love and support on my last video featuring the money piece. I loved hearing from all of you. I am so glad that it helped you behind the chair, and I loved seeing all of your pictures. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. So I wanted to share with you how I created the rest of that look. A lot of you had some great questions on how to achieve that balayage look. And on my mannequin, if you go back on my Insta, you'll see her finished results. So I wanted to share with you how I created that and how I would go about it in the salon. So I'm going to be working with horizontal sections. So I'm going to take my section down, and we're just going to be working up the head this way. So I'm going to take my first section and we're going to place her foil. If you're applying a retouch as well as a balayage, then I would go about this and apply her retouch first and then go ahead and do this technique. I'm gonna simply work with conditioner because we're gonna keep her natural at her zone 1 or her regrowth area. So if your client doesn't have anything that you're applying to a root, you can simply work with conditioner. It'll help kind of keep the foil where you need it. Then I'm going to saturate her ends. Don't forget our extra product. And then we're gonna take our blur brush and we're just going to feather that up exactly where you wanna see it. Then we're gonna place the foil right on top. Now, you can choose to paint every section that you bring down, or you can skip a few sections. So if I'm not painting this piece, I'm going to simply take it and tuck it behind. Then I'm going to go ahead and take my chunky lights. So you're taking a chunk, skipping, and then chunk. Apply your conditioner, and then where you want to see her lightness start is where you're going to apply your lightener. And then take our blur brush and just feather that up. Then take your next section and then take the piece that you're not painting and pull it aside. Now we're gonna go ahead and work with a baby light. So by changing our weave pattern, it's gonna help give us a more softer finish with her blonding results. Now, we're gonna keep our baby lights a little bit higher. So, hot tip, I like to use her face as kind of like a guide of where I'm taking each section. So that way we remain uniform in our application. So for her baby lights, we're taking it right around the eye. And then we'll blend that line. So now we're gonna go back to our slice. So if you think about the pattern that we've been working with slice, chunky light, baby light. So you're gonna use that pattern all through the head. So for our slice, we were kind of using the chin as like our guide. So at this point, I would go ahead and apply that money piece and then come back over and continue to work up around the head. Now, once you get above the round of the head, so where the head changes shape, I then start to do more of a baby light so that she gets that kind of sun-kissed look on the top of her head. So this is gonna kind of depend on the look that your client's looking for and the end result that you want to create. So you may maybe omit the slices, you may do more baby lights, you may do more chunky lights. It's entirely up to you. But my biggest hot tip for you is using her facial features as a guide. So her lips, her nose, her eyes, her eyebrow, maybe she wants a little bit higher around her part. You know, using those guides is going to help you create a more uniform and balanced result. So once we've completed this whole side of the head, I would do the exact same thing on the other side. And don't forget about these ends. You can leave them her natural color, or if she wants that full-on blonde look, you can come around and kind of tip these out with your lightener. And just so that this foil doesn't go flying off when she moves around during her processing time, I'm going to put a little bit of conditioner on the foil. And isolate that so that we get maximum lift. Now, I was skipping sections in between. You can do every section. Again, it depends on the look that you're going for. Then, once you're done both sides, I would move up the back the exact same way. So taking my sections and working horizontally up the head. If you check out my Instagram, a lot of the blondes in my posts have very similar techniques like this, if not this technique exactly. So I hope this video helps you, and make sure to tag me in your after photos. See you soon.